Good morning. It's Monday. It is November the 12th. And it's me here on my own again today. Elaine had her surgery on Friday. The good news is she's all her limbs still. But no, she got the surgery on the finger after breaking it last week. And she's in recovery mood. So, yeah, she's not here today. But she's probably watching again. So, morning, Elaine. How was your weekend? Get up to much? Go anywhere? Do anything exciting? Just actually, by show of hands, anybody watching this, were they at the Dr. Crokes game in Killarney yesterday? I watched it on TG Cahir, and the rain was horrendous. Like, I was looking out the window and it looked wet, it was raining outside, but it looked awful in Killarney yesterday. So, if you were there, morning to you as well. So, if you did do anything special for the weekend, I know there's a bunch of people who told us on Friday's show they were heading off to U2 on both Friday night and Saturday night. So, if you're at the U2 concerts, how were they? Were they any good? Would you recommend? It's U2, so I assume the concert was pretty decent anyway. Now, weather-wise this morning, the heavy showers will continue actually. We're going to see very, very heavy showers in many areas across the county this morning. As a result, we're not going to see a whole pile of sunshine today, and spot flooding is expected in places, highest temperatures of about 9 to 11 degrees. And just looking ahead to the rest of the week, the weekend, by the way, is supposed to be lovely. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week, lovely. Thursday of this week, apparently, we're supposed to be getting snow. So again, we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how that goes. But it is going to be a very cold and wet week, and a miserable one at that. So we'll make it all a bit better here in the show, I promise. Now, paper-wise this morning, the Times Ireland edition says rents soar 30% over Celtic Tiger peak and will keep climbing. I thought I saw something this morning in one of the papers. Nearly £2,000 now, or close to it anyway, is the average rent in Dublin now, which is phenomenal money. And I will fight rising tide of populism, vows Michael D. Higgins as he was sworn in yesterday. That's on the front page of the Irish Examiner as well. We must learn from lessons of the past. And office builders support car ban in Cork city centre. This kind of whole thing rumbles on. And close encounters with UFO leaves pilots wondering. So the Irish Aviation Authority has begun an investigation into the sighting of an unidentified flying object by a number of aircraft who've reported this off the southwest coast. That's around us, last Friday. So, by all accounts, UFOs off the coast of Kerry, Limerick and Clare. And in the Irish Independent then this morning, Family Feud threat to fairer deal for farms, and Attorney General in Brussels mission to examine legal pitfalls on Brexit deal. And in the Irish Mirror this morning, Garda investigation launched after soccer referee allegedly assaulted following a match in Westmeath. I saw the pictures of this man last night. Daniel Sweeney is his name, and he is very badly beaten. This is mad stuff altogether, but that's on the front page of the Mirror, and they also talk about more of the rent prices rising as well. And one guy who I have to mention before I forget is also in the papers yesterday and today, and that is Joshua Davison from Killarney. Joshua is 6 years of age, and he's believed to set a new world record, if you haven't seen the story, to become the youngest ever person to climb Mount Toubkal in Morocco, which is the highest mountain in North Africa. 6 years of age, lads. And his school is even mentioned. He's heading back into Miss Dennehy's senior infants class this morning in St. Oliver's National School in Killarney, where he'll be telling all his classmates all about it. 6 years of age, lads. When I was 6, I was probably eating mud. What an absolute legend. He's also in the papers this morning. Some of the top trends that we're waking up to, they shall not grow old. So yesterday, the 11th of November, as we know, was the anniversary of the ending of World War I. And on BBC last night, on BBC Two, there was a documentary put together by Peter Jackson, the famous director, with unseen footage from World War I, or never seen before footage. And yeah, it was apparently, by all accounts, brilliant last night on the BBC. Inauguration is trending this morning. As we mentioned, Michael D was sworn in last night for his next term. There was a big soiree held in Dublin Castle last night. Taken Down then was episode 2 of that, was on RTE last night. It's all about this new crime drama which takes place in direct provision in Dublin. And X Factor is trending. So if you haven't seen it and you'd want to know, spoiler alert, block your ears. Misunderstood and Giovanni were the two who were sent home last night. So yeah, they're going to head into big band week now, and I think we're about 3 weeks off the final, Simon Cowell said yesterday. Other headlines that we're waking up to this morning that might be of note. At the end of this week, it's kind of, Christmas is coming and the weather begins to change big time when I'm a Celebrity is on. Well, it's due to start this coming Sunday night, and they've given us a breakdown of who the rumoured celebrities are in the papers this morning. We mentioned already on this video that Harry Redknapp is one of the people who is rumoured to be taking part this year. Well, in the papers this morning, they've given us another list of a bunch of people, some of which I have never heard of. Maybe that's just me. I know the last Elaine and I spoke about this, she kind of said something similar. But anyway, we'll go through this on the radio show this morning. But yeah, a bunch of people. And I love this headline. A Euro Millions winner is willing to pay her new boyfriend 60 grand a year just to date her. Just to go out with her. She's had a bunch of failed relationships. She's now a multi-millionaire from the Euro Millions, and she's going to pay somebody 60 grand a year to be their boyfriend. Would you do it? Possibly. But of note, the greatest headline and the greatest story in the papers this morning comes from England. A head teacher, which is essentially a principal, he was the first in England to move the start times to 10 o'clock in the morning so that students could have a proper lie-in, right? Brilliant. Now he's calling on workplaces to ditch 9 to 5 days. So anybody who works 9 to 5 on a general day, or anybody who's being work at a certain time early in the morning, this guy thinks that should all be scrapped because the school has had a benefit of it. So I think we should do that here. If even just to get kids starting school at 10 o'clock in the morning, what do you think? It means you can get the lie-in. Now, it also means you won't be watching this video or listening to the radio, but at least you get a proper lie-in. That's some of the stuff that's trending there this morning. Show and tell time. So on a Monday morning, Elaine and I kind of bring in something that represents what we did for the weekend. And I encourage you to do the same. You can either leave a photograph here in the comments or send something into our WhatsApp on 083 300 3300. Maybe you were out somewhere nice and you took a lovely photograph, or you took a selfie, or maybe you did nothing and you just watched TV all weekend, whatever. If you want to send something that just represents what you did for the weekend, feel free to get involved. So my show and tell is this. And I'm going to have to come in close to the camera. I'll just move my band because it's gone down big time. It was a lot bigger yesterday, but can you see that there, right? That's my... there's a bit of a bruise, you know, just here, right? You can't really see it now, to be fair, and I understand it has gone down as well. So, oh yeah, that's kind of there, yeah. Right, so, went to Cork on Friday, and my father's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Dad. So we went for a bite to eat on Friday night, and we went for a couple of drinks. And then on Saturday morning, my godson, he does these horse riding lessons, and he was in a place called Hop Island, which is in Rochestown in Douglas, if anyone knows it, right? Anyway, I drove him down there on Saturday morning, and while he was in the arena doing his lesson, he was going around. He was on a horse called Jay, lovely horse. He's going around anyway, and myself and my girlfriend were kind of standing there watching him. Now, in Hop Island, next to the arena, there's loads of different stables with different horses in there. And there was this gorgeous white horse, and I went over. So I have a dog at home, and I thought, much like dogs, I let the horse sniff me, and then the horse can decide whether or not she actually likes me or, you know, go away. So I walked up to this beautiful white horse and I put my hand out. And she sniffed my hand, and then she stuck her head out. And I began to rub her. And she started rubbing her head off my hand, and it was all lovey-dovey. Then I said, that was kind of midway through his lesson. As he was nearly finished, I went to the stable next to this beautiful white horse, and there was this fabulous brown horse with a lovely kind of a white strip down his nose. It was lovely. So again, did the same thing, put my hand out for him to sniff. So he went to take a bite out of my hand. There was no food there, obviously. But he kind of launched his head forward like the white horse next to him. So I thought, oh, I'll rub him. As I put my hand up to rub him, he took a snap at me. I got an all-merciful fright. And I got a little bit embarrassed as people were kind of looking at me. It was weird. And then lo and behold, just below where his nose and his face were, I see the sign says, "Caution, I bite." What a tool bag here, like. So, yeah, that's my weekend story. I was bitten by a horse, to which my girlfriend erupted laughing at me. And, yeah, it was quite funny. So, yeah. That bastard bit me, yeah. So I had a much bigger bruise before that. And this isn't me trying to play the sympathy card. I mean, Elaine has a broken finger. Let's face facts here. I'm not going to get onto that. But, oh, lads, I'd love to see CCTV footage slow down, because my reaction was kind of something on the lines of, it was a brilliant story from the weekend. So anyway, that's my show and tell. The bruise on my arm from that bastard horse whose name I didn't actually get. But the irony of the whole thing, then underneath his nose, that there was a sign that said, "Caution, I bite." What a goal. Right, I'll wrap up the video for this morning. I'll go and stick the kettle on. The show's live between 7 and 9 this morning. And if you want to get involved, you know what to do. Comment here, text or WhatsApp, and tell us what you're up to for the weekend. All right, have a good one. Good luck.